Hello students, today we will see the network performance measures. What are the parameters which governs the performance of a network? Okay, this topic basically belongs to the physical layer of the OSI model. Okay, now we can see what are the different parameters. Okay, so basically in any networking, okay, so uh, any network itself, the performance of the network, okay, needs to be uh, very high. Okay, so we always, our objective is to improve the performance of the network. Okay, so how good it is, okay, this is measured by these uh, different parameters, okay, such as bandwidth, channel utilization, throughput, latency, bandwidth, delay product, and jitter. Okay, so these are the some of the common performance measure. Using that, we try to measure the uh, network performance. Okay, so one by one we are going to discuss. uh, okay, so now coming to the first performance measure, that is the bandwidth of the channel. Okay, so basically bandwidth in the networking is defined in two ways, in two contexts you can say. Okay, in the first context it is measured in the unit of hertz. Okay, so basically this is the difference of the maximum and the lowest frequency, or you can say this is basically the range of frequencies in the composite signal, or the range of the frequencies that a channel can pass. Okay, and in the second context, bandwidth can be defined as a uh, bits per second. Okay, it is measured in terms of, in the unit of bits per second. Okay, that is the speed of bit transmission in a channel or the link. Okay, so in these two contexts we uh, define the bandwidth of a channel. Okay, so this is one of the measure of the network performance. Now coming to the second measure, that is the latency, or you can say this is delay, is total delay. Okay, so it can be defined as the time taken time taken by the entire message to completely arrive at the destination. Okay, from the time the first bit is sent out from the source. Okay, so basically uh, it takes into consideration the total time, okay, from source to destination. Okay, so you can see latency can be defined as, it can be written as the summation of propagation time, transmission time, queuing time, and processing delay. Okay, so these four uh, components, okay, constitute the latency. So now one by one we can see what is the propagation time. Basically propagation time is the time uh, taken by the packet, okay, to uh, reach to the destination, okay, from the source. The total time that packet has taken to reach to destination, okay, from the source. So this can be defined as very simple formula, that is the total distance traveled by the packet and the speed of the uh, packet. Okay, so basically in network, data packet travels in form of uh, light. Okay, is through the a transmission medium. Okay, their signals, because basically it is converted to a signal, entire data will be converted to a signal, and that signal will propagate, okay, through the medium. Okay, so the speed of the signal will be the speed of the light itself. Okay, so propagation time will be the distance traveled by the signal and the speed of the signal. Okay, that is the speed of light. The second thing is transmission time. Okay, so this is the time uh, for which the message is uh, being kept into the network, we can say. Okay, so this can be defined as the ratio of the size of the message that is being sent from the source side divided by bandwidth of the channel. Okay, this is the ratio of message size and the bandwidth. The third parameter comes in the delay. Okay, in the latency itself is the queuing time. Okay, so this time basically uh, is defined as the time required for each intermediate or the end devices, okay, to hold the message before it can be processed. So basically if data is continuously being transmitted, okay, from the source side, so it will reach to some of the intermediate device or the destination side. Okay, so these devices, intermediate devices as well as the uh, maybe end device, okay, they maintain a queue. Okay, they if you can consider it, this is your source. Okay, and if this is in intermediate, suppose one router is connected, and then finally one device is destination side, this is your receiver. Okay, so if data is being sent from this side, okay, so at this uh, router side, okay, so this will maintain a queue. Okay, so all the data which are coming from the source side will be received and will be kept in the queue. Okay, so before processing this means before forwarding this data to the B, okay, so uh, it will process the message itself. Okay, so the time incurred is known as the queue time. Okay, now coming to the processing time. So basically these routers take each of the data packets, extract the header. Okay, so the time it takes to extract the header and read the information is known as the processing delay. Okay, got it. So these four things, like propagation delay, transmission time, queuing time, and the processing delay, constitute the latency. This is the third measure of the network performance, that is channel utilization. Okay, so channel utilization basically defined as the ratio of the active time of the sender and the cycle time, and cycle time can be defined as the total time. Okay, you can consider it here. You can simply understand with this example. Okay, so this is your source and this is your receiver, and one message that is being sent, okay, from the source side. Okay, so this message will be transmitted into the network. Okay, so the time taken by the source will be known as T of T, that is the transmission time. Okay, and then this particular message will be uh, will be sent to the receiver side. Okay, so the time taken by the this message, okay, to reach to the receiver, that will be known as T of P, that is the propagation time. Okay, and once the message has been received, so receiver will send the acknowledgement. Okay, acknowledgement will be sent from the receiver side. Okay, and to the source. So the time taken by the acknowledgement is again is the T of P. Okay, so what is the total time? So this is called basically one cycle. Okay, because once the source will receive the acknowledgement, okay, then it will be known as the successful transmission of the data. Okay, if this acknowledgement is not received, okay, by the sender of the message, uh, then it will try to retransmit the same data packet into the network. Okay, so this is your cycle time. And what is the active time of the sender? Active time of the sender is the for what time it is transmitting into the network, sending the packet into the network. So this is the ratio you can say. You can compute utilization or the channel efficiency also. This is also known as the channel efficiency. So you can write this is the transmission time divided by transmission time plus 2 times propagation time. So this is your channel utilization. Okay, now coming to the fourth performance measure uh, of the network, that is the throughput. Okay, throughput, basically this is a measure of how fast data can be sent through a network. Okay, so this is basically is the ratio of the data sent in one cycle time and the cycle time. Okay, so in one cycle time how much data is being sent, that is the size of the data, you can say. Okay, size of the data, or if the frames are being sent, so you can uh, assume it as a size of the frame, okay, that is being transmitted, divided by the cycle time. Cycle time, as we have computed, okay, this is t of t plus t of 2p 2 tp. Okay, so this will gives you the throughput of the channel. Okay, throughput of the network, you can say. The fifth performance measure is the product of bandwidth and delay. Okay, so this basically defines the number of bits that can fill the link between the sender and receiver. Okay, so you can see how many bits that can fill this particular uh, space, okay, between the sender and receiver. So here you can see uh, means each bit is being transmitted. Okay, after 1 second the first bit has been put into the network. After this 2 seconds, okay, so one more bit has been put, so it has reached here. Likewise, after 5 seconds, you can see this will, all the bits will occupy the entire length, okay, between the sender and receiver. So you can compute uh, by assuming that bandwidth is 1 bits per second. Okay, and delay, you can see this is 1 second, 1 second, total how much? Total 5 seconds. Okay, the product will be 1 into 5, that is the 5 bit. Okay, so this product is bandwidth and delay product is coming the number of bits that can fill this entire length. Okay, that is the 5 itself. Okay, you can relate this also as a this is, suppose this is a pipe. Okay, so this bandwidth of the channel can be uh, related as a cross section of this pipe. Okay, and the length of this pipe can be thought of as a total delay. Okay, so this product will be equal to volume of the this particular pipe. Okay, this way also can be computed. So we have studied we have discussed here total 5 performance measure. Okay, so next performance measure is the jitter. Okay, so jitter basically defines the variation in the packet delay. Okay, so how can you think it means understand this? This is basically, suppose this is your source, and at this side you are having the receiver. Okay, source is having the multiple data uh, packets. Okay, maybe 3 data packets it is having, and the delay, we are assuming the delay uh, in this network is total 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds, 20, okay, 20 milliseconds, if you consider this as a 20 milliseconds. Okay, this is the time that this packet takes. Okay, uh, from source to destination. Okay, so here you can see after 1 second, after each 1 second, one packet is being sent into the network. Okay, so at 1 second it has been sent, so it will reach at what time? Because 20 seconds it will take, so it will reach at 21 seconds. Okay, the second packet will reach at 22 seconds. Okay, third packet will reach at 23 seconds. Okay, so you can see what is the variation in the packet delay, that is constant. Okay, the variation is constant. You can see its difference is 1 unit. Okay, so in this case, the jitter, we say this is having the low jitter, means variation is very small. Okay, suppose due to some other delays, these data packets are arriving at different time interval. Maybe first is arriving at 23 second millisecond. Okay, second is arriving at 25 milliseconds. Okay, and third is arriving at 21 milliseconds. Okay, so you see the difference between the packet arrival time is